everyone, welcome back to the Handy Dandy Bee. Today we're transforming my daughter's closet from drab to fab with some stylish shelves and beautiful wallpaper. If you're looking for a budget-friendly way to make your home more functional and fabulous, you're in the right place. Stick around to see how we turn this plain closet into a dreamy, organized space. Let's get started. Alright, the first step in adding shelves to this closet is to find the studs in the wall. This is super important because the studs will provide the necessary support for our shelves. I'm using a stud finder to locate the studs behind the drywall. Once I find the studs, I'll mark their position with the pencil. This way, I know exactly where to drill when I attach the 1x2 support. Remember, you want your shelves to be strong and secure, so don't skip this step. Now I've got a special guest. My little helper has joined me. She's always eager to lend a hand. With her assistance, we're going to make sure our 1x2 is perfectly level before we secure it to the wall. She's a great helper. And having an extra set of hands makes this step a lot easier. Alright, it looks like we've got it nice and level. Time to nail the 1x2s into place. To make sure it's extra secure, I'm adding screws into the studs we marked earlier. This will give our shelves the strong support they need to hold everything we plan to store. With our support securely in place, it's time to measure the 1-inch plywood for our shelves. Accurate measurements are key here to ensure a perfect fit. I'm using my tape measure to get the exact dimensions of the space where each shelf will go. Once I have my measurements, I'll mark them on the plywood and get ready to cut. Now that our plywood is cut to size, it's time to sand the edges. Sanding is crucial for a smooth finish and to prevent any splinters. I'm using a fine grit sandpaper to smooth out all the edges. This will not only make the shelves look nicer, but also make them safer, especially for little hands. Once we're done sanding, we'll be ready to install these shelves in the closet.
2 boards, then they're the same size. It's perfect! Yay! And it was free. My dad dropped off this plywood for me, and so $0 for me.
I put these back and let's see if it fits. The moment of truth.
It fits perfect.
Next up, we're adding a beautiful trim to our shelves. I found this gorgeous trim with the leaf design that fits perfectly with the theme of my daughter's room. I absolutely fell in love with it the moment I saw it. To attach the trim, I'm using my nail gun, which makes the process quick and easy. I'll carefully line up the trim along the edge of the shelves and secure it in place. This little detail adds such a lovely finished look to the shelves and ties everything together beautifully. Alright, with the trim securely in place, it's time for a quick cleanup before we start painting the shelves. Honestly, cleaning up is one of my favorite parts of any project. It gives me a sense of accomplishment and makes the space feel fresh and ready for the next step. Let's get rid of all the sawdust and scraps so we have a clean surface to work on. A tidy workspace makes painting so much easier and ensures a smooth finish. Now it's time to caulk all the gaps in the shelf and trim. This part is really important because caulking not only gives a clean, finished look by filling in any gaps, but it also helps to seal the joints and prevent any dust or moisture from getting in. This ensures that our shelves are not only beautiful, but also durable and long-lasting. Let's get started on this final touch before we paint. With the caulking done, we're ready for the fun part, painting. I've chosen a pure white paint to match the other shelves in the closet. Painting is always such a satisfying step because it really brings a project together and gives it that polished, finished look. I'm using a high-quality brush to get smooth, even coat on the shelves and trim. Make sure to take your time and cover all the surfaces evenly. This pure white color is going to make the entire closet look bright, clean, and cohesive. Let's get these shelves painted and see the transformation. Oh, the little helper's back. Here she is, my little one.
I like Mommy the other time.
Oh, you're so sweet, girl. Me too. Now it's time to tackle the wallpaper. I have to admit, this wasn't the most fun part of the project. But as I always say, everything is figure-outable. I chose Wallpaper from the Property Brothers line. Aren't they just the best? I absolutely love those two and had to try out their wallpaper. This part of the project was a bit challenging since I had to line up the leaf patterns perfectly and custom measure the paper to fit the corners. It was definitely tricky, but I persevered and got it done. And you know what? It looks fantastic. The effort was totally worth it to get this beautiful finish in my daughter's closet. Now for the big reveal, check out the finished closet. The shelves are sturdy and beautifully painted, the leaf trim adds a lovely touch, and the wallpaper ties everything together perfectly. I also spray painted the drawer handles and added a trim to give it a more polished and cohesive look. With the added shelves, my daughter now has more storage space to store her treasures. I couldn't be happier with how it turned out, and it's safe to say, my daughter loves it too. Thank you so much for joining me on this DIY journey. It was a lot of work, but seeing the transformation makes it all worth it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Handy Dandy Bee for more DIY home renovation tips and tricks. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Feel free to leave a comment below with your thoughts or any questions you might have about this project. I love hearing from you and am always here to help. Until next time, keep creating and making your home beautiful one step at a time.